Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Third installment of Scott's Selections here for Monday, July 24th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We had a loss in baseball with the Braves' first five. Team total over 2.5 at -145 on DraftKings. Faded Tehran, who had been really bad in his last couple of starts, and he was randomly really good as the Braves didn't really do much against him. Either way, picked up a loss there. Look for a winner here on Monday. The reason, though, for the late video is the fact that I really didn't like much on the Monday card. So I decided to do a couple of videos for Tuesday's action, which is why I'm going to do one of those videos right now and another one of those videos in a couple of hours. But for today's play, going to look at a WNBA game between the Mercury and the Dream, taking place at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this one, going to take the home team here, going to take the Dream -6 at -110 on DraftKings. Time recording of 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take the Dream in the spot. First reason, shopping around -6 is a great line. Every other book has 6.5. So you're saving half a point, no questions asked, which I'll gladly do every time. Now the Dream have been in much better form lately, as the Dream have won 7 of their last 9 games. However, they did lose each of their last 2 games post All-Star break to Connecticut, so they should be pretty motivated for this matchup. Now, losing to Connecticut is not exactly a shocking thing because Connecticut is a top 3 team in the league with a 17-6 record. So no real shame in losing those 2 games, but the point is that Atlanta now gets a much easier opponent on the schedule. And since they have not won a game in about a week or so because of the All-Star break, they should be pretty motivated to take care of business against the bottom feeder at home on Tuesday. And to look at the actual numbers for Phoenix, they are a bottom feeder and then some because the Mercury are tied for the second worst record in the league, and they get blown out a lot. 10 of Phoenix's last 11 losses have been by double digits, so when they lose by, once again, a wide margin. And I do think that Atlanta should win this game, and as a result, I do have a suspicion that Phoenix didn't get blown out in the process. Now, to go through the road numbers for Phoenix, it's also really, really bad. The Mercury have lost 10 of their first 11 road games this season, and 9 of those 10 losses have been by double digits. So Phoenix gets blown out regularly, especially on the road. And with them facing off against a motivated Atlanta team that, once again, is a pretty underrated team in general, I do think that the Mercury might be in line to get shelled here on Tuesday. Now, to look at the actual ratings of both offensively and with the rebounding numbers over the last couple of games. So, in the last 10 games, Atlanta ranks 6th in offensive rating, while Phoenix ranks 10th. A reminder, there's only 12 teams in the league, so Phoenix is bottom 3 offensively in the last 10 games. In that same time span, Atlanta does rank 3rd in rebounding rate, and Phoenix ranks 8th. So I do think Atlanta should be able to dominate on the glass and should do a pretty good job offensively compared to what Phoenix is going to do, because the Mercury really have been a bad offensive team all season long. Diggins Smith has not played all season long, who was basically their best player. Tarazi's well past her prime. She doesn't have much left in the tank. Griner's been fine, but with her being by herself out there, it does seem like the Mercury lack a lot of firepower, which is why their offensive numbers have been underwhelming all season long. But if you want to give me an Atlanta team, once again, getting an extra half point, because shopping around you can get 6 instead of 6.5, that has been a solid overall team all year long, winning 7 of their last 9, while the Mercury have been a brutal team on the road and a brutal team lately. I do think this line's a bit short. And if you look at some trends here, the Mercury are 0-4 ATS in the last 4 meetings. So they've not exactly played well against the Dream in the past. And I do think that the Dream match up pretty well against this Mercury team. But simply put, 6 is too low against a team that's tied for the second worst record in the league. I'm going to go with the home team here. Split it once again here for Monday, July 24th is going to be on the Dream, -6 points at -110 on DraftKings. Bye, everyone.